Ever notice how, when you finally stand firm against someone trying to steer your life, they don't just back off, they switch gears, pulling out a sly, underhanded move that's tougher to spot? Manipulators never kit. They adapt. And their next trick is craftier, more toxic than before. Picture a fox circling, waiting for you to drop your guard, or a puppet master tugging invisible strings. When they lose their grip on you, they'll rewrite the story to trap you again. Today, we dive into their sneaky guilt games and how Stoic wisdom can make you unstoppable. Stick around. This could shift everything. Subscribe, and let's break it down. 1. Public shaming. When you finally break free from a manipulator's grip, they often pull a clever, emotional trick, playing the victim. It's a slick move, designed to flip the script and paint you as the bad guy. Once they realize they can't control you directly, they shift gears, acting hurt, misunderstood, or even betrayed. Suddenly, your calm boundary setting makes you seem cold or selfish. This isn't about truth. It's about control. Twisting the story to sway others against you and pull you back into their web. You'll spot this tactic in their dramatic size, teary-eyed confessions, or subtle complaints to mutual friends. They don't argue facts. They craft a performance, hoping to win sympathy and turn your strength into something cruel. Take Lisa, a small business owner who parted ways with a toxic partner. For years, she carried the workload, while her partner took the glory. When Lisa set firm boundaries, demanding equal effort, her partner didn't fight back. Instead, he played the wounded soul, telling colleagues Lisa had turned ruthless, abandoning their shared vision. His goal to isolate her and shame her into compliance. Lisa didn't take the bait. She stayed steady, focusing on her work and values, letting her actions speak louder than his sob story. Over time, his narrative crumbled as colleagues saw his lack of contribution. Stoic philosophy lights the way here. Epictetus said, "Don't let others' behavior dictate your peace." When someone plays the victim, they're revealing their weakness, not yours. Your job isn't to fix their story, but to stay rooted in your truth. Psychologically, this tactic works because it preys on your empathy. Manipulators know you care about being fair, so they weaponize their fake pain to make you doubt yourself. They need your reaction, your panic, to keep their drama alive. But Stoicism teaches you to stand still, don't chase rumors, or defend yourself to those who buy the act. Truth doesn't need a stage. It shines quietly, outlasting their noise. Think of Alex, who left a draining friendship. His friend spread tales of being abandoned, painting Alex as heartless. Alex didn't run around explaining himself. He kept living authentically. And soon, others saw the friend's pattern of exaggeration. The lies fizzled out. When you face this, resist the urge to engage. Stay calm, act with integrity, and let the truth do the heavy lifting. Those who matter will see you clearly, and those who don't were never yours to keep. Have you dealt with someone playing the victim to twist the narrative? Share your experience in the comments. Let's grow stronger together. 2. Picture this. You've finally stood your ground, refusing to let someone pull your strings. But instead of backing off, they switch to a darker, more cunning play. Public shaming. It's a low blow, born from their frustration when private control slips away. Manipulators know they can't twist your mind behind closed doors anymore, so they take the fight to the open, aiming to dent your confidence where everyone can see. Their goal: to control how others view you, banking on the weight of public judgment to break you where whispered tactics failed. You'll recognize this move. It's the subtle jab in a team meeting, disguised as a harmless quip, but it lands like a punch. Or the eye roll when you share an idea, followed by a comment that stings more than it should. Maybe it's your contributions being brushed off in a group, framed as no big deal, while you feel the room shift. If you call them out, they'll play innocent, flashing a smirk and saying, "You're overreacting. It's just a joke," but you know better. That sinking feeling in your gut tells you it's deliberate. Take Sarah, a talented graphic designer I heard about. She was a quiet force in her creative agency, delivering stunning work without seeking the spotlight. Her colleague, feeling overshadowed, tried to rein her in with backhanded compliments and nitpicky feedback in private. But Sarah stayed steady, brushing off the negativity. So, the colleague escalated. In brainstorming sessions, he'd loudly call Sarah's ideas basic or impractical, chuckling as if it was all in good fun. It wasn't. It was a calculated move to make her doubt herself and to sway the team against her. Sarah, though, didn't take the bait. She didn't snap back or plead her case emotionally. Instead, she let her work speak, staying calm and focused. Over time, her colleagues saw through the colleague's facade. His jabs started to look petty, and Sarah's quiet strength shone brighter. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes your shield. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." He meant that external opinions, especially those rooted in ignorance, hold no real power over you. Public shaming thrives on your reaction. Manipulators want you to crumble, to question your worth, to let their narrative take root. Psychologically, they're betting on your insecurity. If you start doubting yourself because of their public attacks, you hand them your piece on a platter. But if you stand firm, rooted in your own truth, you become a wall they can't climb. Stoicism teaches you to control what you can. Your response. When someone tries to humiliate you in front of others, they're handing you a choice. Buy into their story or anchor yourself in your reality. Consider how this plays out. Imagine you're in a community group and someone starts subtly undermining you, maybe hinting you've been slacking or questioning your commitment in front of everyone. At first, it feels like a personal attack. And it is. But Stoic wisdom flips the script. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, said, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults. Else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" In other words, let their words slide off you. Their attacks reveal more about their character than yours. The manipulator fears exposure. When private control fails, they go public because they're terrified. Others will see their true colors. They need to paint you as the problem first. But you don't have to play their game. By staying composed, focusing on your values, and refusing to absorb their venom, you turn their tactic against them. Truth doesn't need a megaphone. It stands tall, even when the crowd isn't cheering. Psychologically, public shaming works because it taps into our fear of rejection. Humans are social creatures, wired to care about belonging. Manipulators exploit this, hoping you'll bend under the pressure of being seen as less. But Stoicism reminds you that truth isn't a popularity contest. It endures, even when no one applauds. Over time, people see through the charade. The manipulator's mask slips, and their shame boomerangs back to them. Think of Daniel, a young coder at a startup. His manager, rattled by Daniel's quiet brilliance, tried to keep him in check with private critiques that felt more like insults. Daniel didn't bite. So, the manager took it to team meetings, mocking Daniel's ideas as unrealistic, always with a laugh to soften the blow. Daniel stayed unfazed, delivering solid code and clear explanations. Slowly, the team saw the manager's pattern for what it was: insecurity dressed as leadership. Daniel's refusal to react emotionally made the manager's tactics fall flat. This is your power. When someone tries to shame you publicly, don't chase their narrative. Don't exhaust yourself defending every jab. Instead, live in a way that makes their attacks look small. Keep your posture, your focus, your integrity. The crowd might not see the truth right away, but they will. And when they do, the manipulator's game unravels. Stoicism isn't about shouting louder. It's about standing so steady they can't shake you. Have you ever felt someone try to dim your light in front of others? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments. Let's learn from each other and grow stronger together. 3. When you slip out of a manipulator's grasp, they often turn to a chilling tactic: isolation. It's not a loud attack, but a quiet, calculated move to cut you off from your support network. They don't need to lock you away physically. They just nudge you out of the spaces where you once felt secure. A subtle comment here, a whispered doubt there, and suddenly, friends seem distant. Group chats go quiet, and invitations dry up. You're left wondering what shifted, not realizing someone's been orchestrating your loneliness behind the scenes. This is no accident. Isolation is a weapon, designed to weaken you by stripping away the voices that ground you. The fewer people you trust, the more you doubt yourself, making you easier to control. Picture Maria, a vibrant teacher who outshone a jealous colleague. When Maria refused to dim her light, the colleague started planting seeds of doubt, casually telling others Maria was too intense or hard to work with. Slowly, Maria noticed colleagues avoiding her, meetings growing colder. She wasn't attacked openly. She was being sidelined. Maria didn't crumble. She kept shining, staying kind and professional, focusing on her students. Over time, her colleagues saw the colleagues' tactics for what they were, and Maria's warmth won them back. Stoic philosophy guides us here. Seneca said, "Seek those who lift you up, not those who drag you down." When manipulators try to isolate you, they're not just targeting your connections, they're aiming for your confidence. Psychologically, isolation works because it preys on our need for belonging. Manipulators know that loneliness can spark self-doubt, making you vulnerable but Stoicism teaches you to anchor in your own truth. Epictetus reminds us, you can't control others' actions, only your response. Don't chase those who pull away under a manipulator's sway. Stay true to your values, and the right people will find you. Think of Tom, who left a toxic friend group. One friend, upset by Tom's boundaries, hinted to others that Tom was arrogant. Tom felt the chill as replies slowed and hangouts stopped. Instead of begging for acceptance, he poured energy into new hobbies and genuine connections. Soon, the old group's whispers lost power, and Tom built a stronger circle. When isolation hits, don't internalize it. Keep showing up as you, and the lies will unravel. Have you ever felt pushed out by someone's quiet schemes? Share your story in the comments. Let's learn and rise together. 4. When every other trick fails. Manipulators often pull out their sneakiest move, fake reconciliation. After guilt, lies, and isolation fall flat, they come back with soft words, warm apologies, and promises that sound like they've finally seen the light. They'll say they've reflected, that they value you, that they're ready to respect your boundaries. It feels so real, tugging at your hope for peace. But beneath the gentle tone, it's often just another play for control, wrapped in a prettier package. This isn't genuine change. It's strategy. When brute force stops working, they switch to charm, mirroring your words, echoing your growth, all to slip back into your life. You might notice it in small ways at first. A comment that feels off, a subtle push against the boundaries they swore to honor. Slowly, the old patterns creep back, cloaked in kindness, but aiming for the same old power. Psychologically, this works because it plays on your empathy and desire to believe people can grow. They know you want to heal the rift, and they use that against you. Take Ethan, who distanced himself from a draining friend. Months later, the friend returned, full of apologies, claiming he'd changed. Ethan, hopeful, let him back in, only to find the same guilt trips and demands, now dressed in softer words. Ethan learned the hard way. Genuine change shows in actions, not just promises. Stoic philosophy cuts through this fog. Epictetus said, "Judge people by their deeds, not their speeches." Wisdom means seeing patterns clearly, not mistaking a new tone for a new heart. Think of Maya, who faced a similar act from a controlling co-worker. After Maya set firm boundaries, the co-worker came back with praise and apologies, saying she admired Maya's strength. But soon, subtle jabs and requests for favors returned. Maya stayed grounded, politely holding her limits, and the co-worker's mask slipped. Stoicism teaches that forgiveness is fine, but it must walk with clarity. Let go of bitterness for your peace. But never ignore what experience has taught you. When someone offers reconciliation, watch their actions, not their words. Real change is steady, shown over time, not declared in a moment. Protect your space, trust your instincts, and know you don't owe anyone access just because they sound sincere. Your strength lies in seeing the truth, even when it hides behind sweet promises. Have you ever faced a fake apology that felt too good to be true? Share your story in the comments. Let's grow wiser together. Have you ever sensed a shift in how people treat you? Like a quiet doubt creeping into their glances. But you can't quite pinpoint why. When manipulators lose their hold over you, they often turn to a shadowy tactic, spreading subtle lies. These aren't bold, outright falsehoods that you can easily debunk. No, they're clever, whispered distortions, carefully crafted to plant seeds of suspicion without drawing attention. It's like poison dripped into a stream, slow and silent, meant to taint how others see you before you even notice. This move is deliberate. When they can't bend you to their will anymore, they shift to sabotaging your reputation. You might hear it in vague remarks, like, "He's been acting strange lately," or, "I don't know. Something just feels off about her." They won't accuse you directly. That'd be too risky. Instead, they drop hints, letting others' imaginations do the damage. Their aim isn't just to make you look bad. It's to make you feel unsteady, to push you into defending yourself against shadows you can't quite see. Picture Emily, a rising star in her marketing firm. She was collaborative and sharp, but her colleague, envious of her success, tried to keep her in check with private jabs. When Emily stood firm, refusing to play along, the colleague changed tactics. In casual chats, he'd muse to co-workers, "I'm worried Emily's taking on too much," or, "Her ideas seem a bit out there, don't they?" Never an attack, always concern. But it was enough to make people pause. Emily noticed teammates hesitating to include her, their trust wavering. But Emily didn't panic. She kept delivering stellar work, staying clear and consistent. Over time, her colleagues saw through the colleague's vague insinuations. His pattern of undermining became obvious. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes your armor. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, said, "Truth loves simplicity, while lies crave complexity." When subtleties swirl around you, don't chase them. Stay rooted in your actions, letting your integrity outshine their whispers. Psychologically, this tactic is brutal because it exploits our tendency to trust gossip over evidence. Lies spread fast, igniting doubt and fear, while truth moves slowly. Asking for patience. Manipulators count on you scrambling to clear your name, exhausting yourself in the process. That's their trap. Not the lies themselves, but the chaos they hope you'll create. Stoicism flips this. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not events." When lies spread, don't run after every rumor. Stand firm. Act with clarity, and let your life prove them wrong. Think of James, a freelancer who parted ways with a controlling client. The client didn't confront him, but started hinting to others that James was unreliable, dropping lines like, "I had to fix so much after him." James didn't waste energy fighting the gossip. He focused on delivering for new clients. And soon, his reputation spoke louder than the client's quiet digs. The lies faded, unable to compete with his consistent excellence. This is your strength. When you sense those subtle lies circling, resist the urge to explain yourself to everyone. Live in a way that makes their distortions laughable. Truth doesn't need to sprint. It endures. Psychologically, Manipulators rely on your fear of being misunderstood. But Stoicism reminds you that those who matter will see you clearly. Maybe not today, but soon. Those who cling to lies were never your allies. Consider how this plays out in everyday life. Maybe a friend starts hinting, "You've changed," not in a good way, and others start pulling back. It stings, but don't dive into their game. Keep showing up as your best self. The truth in your actions will outlast their words. Epictetus put it sharply. Why worry about what others say? Their ignorance only reveals their flaws, not yours. By refusing to engage, you starve their lies of oxygen. This tactic also thrives because manipulators know silence can feel like defeat. They want you to feel cornered, to think you have to fight every whisper. But Stoicism teaches patience. Truth is like a river. It carves its path slowly but surely. You don't need to be in every conversation, defending every angle. Just keep building, keep creating, keep being you. The people worth having in your life will see through the fog. If you've ever felt the sting of subtle lies twisting how others see you, you're not alone. Drop your story in the comments. How did you handle it? Let's share and grow stronger together. Your truth is your power, and no whisper can dim it unless you let it. Luke, have you ever started doubting yourself around certain people? Hesitating where you once moved, with certainty? When manipulators realize they can no longer control your actions, they turn to a subtle, sinister tactic, destroying your confidence. It's not a loud assault, but a quiet campaign of small cuts, delivered through veiled criticism, skeptical glances, or praise that feels more like a jab. Their goal isn't to crush you in one moment, but to erode your self-belief over time, making you question your own instincts until you lean on them for validation. This is no accident. Unable to dictate your choices, they target how you view yourself. You might notice it in a dismissive comment about your latest project, a raised eyebrow when you share a bold idea, or a half-hearted compliment like, "Nice try. Didn't expect that from you." At first, you brush it off, but the steady drip of doubt builds, making you wonder if you're truly capable. Psychologically, they're rewiring your inner voice, swapping your confidence for their skepticism, betting you'll seek their approval to feel steady again. Take Liam, a promising chef at a bustling restaurant. His supervisor, rattled by Liam's talent, tried to keep him in check with private nitpicking. When Liam stood his ground, the supervisor shifted to subtle public digs, questioning Liam's dishes during staff tastings with a tone of faint surprise. As if his success was luck, Liam started second-guessing his recipes. But he caught the pattern. Instead of arguing, he focused on perfecting his craft, letting his plates speak for him. Over time, the supervisor's jabs looked desperate, and Liam's skill won the team's respect. Stoic philosophy is your anchor here. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind is your fortress. Guard it fiercely." Manipulators want you to absorb their doubts, but you decide what enters your thoughts. Epictetus said, "Let others' words pass like wind. They reveal their weakness, not yours." When someone tries to dim your confidence, they're scared of your strength. Stay rooted in your achievements, your values, your truth. Write them down. revisit them, and seek out those who fuel your fire, not your fears. Consider Zoe, a graphic designer whose colleagues subtly undermined her work. After Zoe landed a big client, the colleague would muse, "Must be nice to get lucky like that." In front of the team, Zoe felt the sting, but instead of defending herself, she kept delivering stunning designs. Her consistency silenced the doubts, and her colleagues' tactics faded. This is your power. When doubt creeps in, don't fight their narrative. Live in a way that proves it wrong. Psychologically, this tactic thrives because it exploits our fear of being less than. Manipulators know that shaken confidence can make you defer to them, seeking their nod to feel whole. But Stoicism flips the script. You don't need to argue back or prove yourself to everyone. Your strength lies in knowing who you are. Even when the noise grows loud, confidence isn't about never being questioned. It's about standing firm in your truth. No matter who tries to shake it, think of how this plays out daily. Maybe a friend downplays your promotion with a casual, "Well, anyone could have gotten that." Or a coworker questions your ideas with a smirk. It lingers, but don't let it take root. Keep a mental tally of your wins. Surround yourself with those who see your worth, and act with purpose. The manipulator's goal is to make you freeze, to make you need them to feel sure. Starve them of that by trusting yourself. This tactic also works because it's gradual. One comment alone feels harmless, but months of quiet jabs can hollow you out if you don't see it for what it is. A deliberate attempt to shrink you. Protecting your mind is survival. You don't need to win every argument or correct every slight. Just keep building. Keep growing. Keep being you. Those who matter will see your strength, and those who don't were never yours to convince. If you felt someone quietly chip away at your belief in yourself, you're not alone. How did you push back? Drop your story in the comments. Let's inspire each other to stand taller. Your confidence is your power. Guard it, and no one can take it away. You've. Have you ever felt your resolve crumble? Agreeing to something against your better judgment? Just because guilt gnawed at you, when manipulators find they can no longer steer you with reason or pressure, they wield a subtle, powerful tool: guilt. They sidestep logic and boundaries, targeting your heart, your empathy, the part of you that strives to be kind. A single, well-placed remark, a disappointed sigh, or a pointed look can unravel you, making you say yes when every instinct screams no. Not because you believe in their cause, but because you feel you've let them down. This is no coincidence. Guilt is a weapon, sharpened by your own goodness. Manipulators know you care about doing right, and they twist that strength into a trap. They don't need to shout or demand. A quiet comment like, "I guess I'm not important to you anymore," can spark a spiral of self-doubt. Suddenly, you're apologizing for your dreams, your needs, even your growth, bending to their will to escape the weight of feeling selfish. It's a slow, emotional erosion, designed to keep you tethered, prioritizing their comfort over your peace. Psychologically, this tactic is devastating because it hijacks your sense of self. They lean on your desire to be a good person, turning it against you. Over time, you might find yourself overextending, constantly proving you're not ungrateful or cold. until their expectations become your cage. They don't even need to ask directly. Your fear of disappointing them does the work. But pause and ask if someone truly values you. Would they demand your soul just to feel secure? The answer reveals their game. Take Anna, a graphic designer who always put her friends first. When she started focusing on her career, saying no to endless favors, her closest friend began dropping guilt-laced hints, like, "You've changed. You don't care about us anymore." Anna felt crushed, nearly abandoning her goals to appease her. But one day, she stopped and reflected. Why does their love feel like a debt I can never pay? That question shifted everything. She set boundaries, not with anger, but with quiet strength, choosing self-respect over obligation. Her friend backed off, unable to manipulate someone so grounded. Stoic philosophy lights the path forward. Epictetus said, "No one can harm you unless you let them into your mind." Guilt, when crafted by others, isn't a sign of your failure. It's a tool of control. Stoicism teaches that true connection doesn't demand your peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your choices, not others' expectations." When guilt creeps in, it's a signal to pause, to see the manipulation for what it is, and to act from clarity, not fear. Consider David, who faced guilt from his family for moving abroad to pursue a dream job. Messages piled up, not of pride, but of subtle accusations. "You're leaving us behind. After all we did for you." David felt torn, but he asked himself, if they love me, why does their support feel like a chain? He chose to move forward, responding with kindness but holding his boundaries firm. Over time, his family saw his success and softened, respecting his path. His strength came from refusing to let guilt dictate his life. This is your power. When manipulators use guilt, they're betting on your heart to override your wisdom. But you can break free. Recognize the trap. Their words are not your truth. Setting boundaries isn't betrayal. It's survival. Those who truly care won't punish you for nurturing your soul. Keep your peace sacred and act from a place of self-respect. Psychologically, manipulators thrive on your reaction, your need to fix their hurt. Starve them of that by staying steady, letting your actions speak louder than their emotional ploys. Think of guilt as a test. Each time you choose yourself without apology, you weaken their hold. Stoicism doesn't ask you to be cold. It asks you to be clear. You don't owe anyone your freedom just because they know how to tug at your heartstrings. Live in a way that honors your truth, and watch their tactics lose their sting. The people meant for you will celebrate your strength, not resent it. If you've ever felt guilt used to pull you back, you're not alone. How did you handle it? Share your story in the comments. Let's lift each other up and grow stronger together. Your voice matters, and your truth is your shield. You're already breaking free. Manipulators throw guilt, lies, and shame, hoping you'll falter. But you're here, learning, growing, building a mind they can't touch. Your strength terrifies them. Protect your peace. It's sacred. Choose clarity over chaos, truth over noise. Every boundary you set, every doubt you defy, is a victory. You owe no one your light. Stand tall, unshakable, and keep rising. If this sparked something in you, hit like, subscribe, and join us. We're forging a strength they'll never break. Stay bold. Stay you.